Hello YouTube! Today we got a Dell Inspiron 15-3000 series. This one has an i3 processor. In my opinion, one of the best laptops ever made for several reasons. One is very simple design. They sold millions of those and has a matte screen without that glass that sometimes people put in so that they could see reflections of themselves. So overall, good laptop. I mean, I would get one of those for myself. Only that's 8th generation, i3 8th generation. So the problem is the connector right here. That usually that black circle goes broken, and you could see the two pins. So here is a compatible plug, and the problem is when you put it in there, the jack inside gets fallen inward someplace. So I mean, it shouldn't be like that. It should be nice and tight, but this is just not the way how it's supposed to be. So what we're gonna do is gonna take it apart, remove the battery like that. So we got two shorter screws here, probably two fat screws right there. Let's start to unscrew everything. Okay, now the wrench here. Alright, so those are the two fin screws, two short fin screws right here, and I need to get another model right here. It's called P63f or 002, P63f 002. Alright, let's continue working on the laptop. So one screw, another fin screw, thin and tiny screw, not a long one, and we need to find my favorite pry bar. Once I find it, this is. What you need to do is you need to shove something right here, right there, and that way the CD-ROM gonna come out this way. There are 1, 2, and 3 screws right here. Like that. Alright, so 3 screws right there. And the rest of them are one right here, one right here. And they seem like all of them are the same size. So those two and that one is the same size. Alright, so all of those are the same size. Now hold on, why is it not fitting into the... Okay, how about like that? Alright, now that's gonna fit, right? Alright, good job. Wonderful. So even like doesn't fit, but it's no big deal. Flip this thing over. Take one of the favorite pry bars. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ledges where you kind of need to put the pry bar into and pry it outwards, in and outwards, in, out, in and out, like that. Alright, and like that. Alright, so that way we use the fingers here to pop this whole thing open, flip this guy over, and here what we need to do, we just put the finger in there, like that, and we lift up the cable, up, up, and out. Alright, this one is right here. Again, we lift it up and out. And here, alright, we got 5 screws right there. Alright, so tiny, long, thin, and tiny screws. Alright, let's go back to working here. Alright. For this, you probably need my favorite tool of all times went missing someplace. Here, right there. This is a guitar pick which we just guide through, and hopefully, okay, like that, and like that. Alright, so make sure this thing stays on this end. Alright, we got, did I just disconnect this thing on the other side? Yeah, I did disconnect that thing on the other side. Alright, so here it is, situation. Even though it's a good laptop, you see right here, that's the reason why it breaks. This is unpainted surface, which does conduct electricity, see? So if you squeeze it too much, no, so yeah, I wouldn't buy this laptop, simply because of the unpainted surface, plus you've got metal parts here, metal parts right there, the hinge right there doesn't hold well. So technically I take my words back. So here is the problem. You see, this is just came loose from that whole thing right there, and yeah, this is no good. But at least on this model, on some other previous models, they didn't have this channel for the cable to run through, and sometimes it bends too much right there, causing the screen issue right here, you see. But in this case, it's much better designed than what it used to be a few years back, and the problem is right here, you see. It's supposed to be screwed in by this guy, but instead we got this thing right here. Alright, so the jack is still usable, right, but it doesn't hold in place anymore, so I'm just going to replace it with another jack. And just keep watching, I will show you how to kind of fix up this situation right here. Make sure that this jack will never move again inwards. So you see the problem was when you pushed basically the jack was sitting like that, here like that. You see? So you push it and it's not making contact, so that's your problem right there. Alright? Hopefully this laptop gonna be bread and butter. Oops. Alright, so Alright, so I don't really want to disconnect anything unnecessary. There is one screw right here. Right there. Another one right there. By the way, Dell 3000 series, there is a whole bunch of them. So if this is not exactly like yours, you can watch our channel. We got a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of different ones. Pretty much every day is a new one. All right, so how would I go about getting this thing out? So we're gonna probably disconnect. All right, let's take the fan out. So the fan is out. Now, what I want to do is to lift up the motherboard. Alright, in order for me to lift up the motherboard, I need to lift up this cable from the glue part. Right here. Lift this guy upwards. And let's see, like that. And we flip it over. Like that. Alright. And you see right here is where the jack is connected to the motherboard. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this sticker right here. Well, we're not gonna remove it, we're just kind of gonna slide it backwards. And then we're gonna disconnect the jack like that. Right? A whole bunch of people sell the jack and the cable. The problem is those connections are always different, and the jacks are sometimes longer and shorter. So we probably also have one of those in stock, but it's much easier for me just to put a new jack in place. Alrighty, so that's the layout in the back. So we got the side arm right here, black, white and red wiring right there. That's a brand new jack right here. Alright, this one has the arm attached and same pin layout in the back, so I'm just gonna transfer each wire into the new space. That's the diagram that I made. Hopefully it's understandable. Let's begin working on this. All right, and that's the way how you get this thing soldered. Now that's not all. Just stay tuned how to make sure this thing will never happen again. All right, so we're gonna connect the white cable right here, like that. Put the tape on this. All right. Now let's rotate this guy all the way out and into the position. Okay, like that, like that, like that, and like that. It didn't go into the position for some reason. Okay, like that. Okay, good job. Just a tiny screw going in right here to hold the jack in place. That looks good. I'm just trying to unscrew the screw right here. Like that, like that, like that, and like that. Alrighty. So we want to put this fan back in place. Right, and we got two fat thin, those are the two thin long screws. One goes right here, one goes right there, and we got tiny little screw going in right here, and another tiny little screw going in right there. All right, good job. All right, like that. Like that. Like that. Right, all set here. Just making sure this is tight, so I'm gonna be fixing this thing right now in a second. But yeah, overall, really good laptop. I mean, I would buy one of those for myself. Let me show you how to fix the rest of it. Alrighty. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some hot glue. Alrighty, so I added some hot glue. I will let it dry. Should be good to go in like 10 minutes. Alrighty, now that everything is back in place, I'm gonna make sure that this wire is connected perfectly. Screw right there, screw right there. Alright, that's good. This wire has to be guided through this hole right here, so don't forget about that. So when you're putting this in, pull this guy out. That's your CD-ROM wire. Alright, like that. Alright guys, if the video was useful, please leave a like. Alright. There's a thin and long screws right here. Alright. Now we're just gonna attach the keyboard. Like that. Make sure the keyboard kind of slides in there, every single one right here. And then kind of work your way around it. Alright. Good job. So we got 3 screws right on the side. Shoot. Everything was going so well. The wire for the wireless card. Yeah, the wire for the wireless card got out of its position, and I'm not sure how would I safely guide everything back. It has to be on the down position, not up. Have to take everything apart because no way that wire gonna be put back in there the way it's supposed to put back in there. Everything was going so smoothly. Right, you've seen this part already, so Alright, so here is the problem. This thing is supposed to be sitting in this groove, but in my case it came out of the groove. Probably didn't come out of the groove, it just, this surface has to be a lot flatter. A lot flat right here. This cable strange. Sometimes there is a shortage right there because of the CD-ROM is pressing on those cables right there. I want to put some tape so that would never happen. For this laptop. Alright, if only I would be able to find scissors on this table. Alrighty, like that. Let's go putting it all back together. But this time around, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna slide that CD-ROM in before I'm gonna do anything else. Alright. Good. Now I want to make sure the hinges are screwed in. All right. Short fin screws 1, 2, and 3 right there. Okay. Okay, on the other side we got again the CD-ROM cable, and you have to put in all of the screws here. Alright, so the battery is out. Let's connect the power supply. see if this whole thing gonna power up. All right. Press the power button. And we got power. And the battery is right here. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and you have a good day. Thank you. Bye.